got most everybody in, so I'm just going to start up and we'll pick up the pieces as anybody else comes in. We have a warm up in Canvas. It's just one question. We'll go over that. We are going to be working on it's technically not U4L12, it is the U4L13 decision maker app. Let me just fix that while I'm here. So we are going to be, okay, actually this is correct. We're going to be looking at U4L12, which has two apps that are very similar to the app we are going to be building today and in our next class. Okay, we need to get through U4L10 in code.org. That's what's due. U4L11 activity guide. That was your homework. U4L '11 activity guide is not optional. Somebody was asking whether U4L11, we are doing the decision maker app, and I can show everyone in a moment, we are not doing the, it's not a poetry app, but it's like a phrase maker app. So that was the one that was optional. You are supposed to have created your activity guide over the weekend, thinking up what you want to do for your decision maker app. This is an app that is going to need to make at least 3 choices for you. These are like planning apps or where do I want to go out to dinner apps, you'll see. I sent out a note over the weekend saying to try and look at the 2 examples in U4L12. So all that's in U4L12 are basically 2 examples of apps that are going to be similar to what you're making. All right. Our objective or goal is that 1, you will be able to design your user interface today. 2, you will be able to write functional web applications using variables, conditionals, and functions. Debug code, identify opportunities to reduce, actually I might as well be presenting this, mightn't I? Debug code, identify opportunities to reduce repeated code within a program. That's the functions, okay? So we are going to be going into this and looking at stuff. I just did want to address an issue that I am seeing, and it has been corroborated by my fellow teachers. As you've seen, there are a lot of answers to code.org things in YouTube. There may even be answers to your projects. I cannot stop you from looking at these answers or sharing these answers with your friends. This class is to help make you a better app builder. Ideally, you want to take the AP, and ain't no one going to be giving you the answers to the AP. So as a former student and fellow person, I appreciate the idea that you can cut a corner and do something quickly. Let me show the problem that I'm seeing. And again, if no one is sharing the answers and using those, I apologize for bringing this up. There's nothing I can really do to stop you from cheating in an online world. As I say, the only person your education is really helping is you. So when you cheat, you're really cheating yourself. I know that's a difficult idea and you've heard it before from your parents. Let me just show you what I'm seeing. All right. So if I get back in here, I will find this what I want. No, hang on. Sorry, I popped this up right before class and here. So this is what I wanted to show because it has no markings of anyone on it. All right, this is a very beautiful way to code the U4L8 app, right? Gee, somehow you figured out how to divide the price by 2. It's very simple, great stuff. Gee, There's a local variable in here, var output. At least 75% of the students with this solution to their application have the exact same local variable, var output. Every single one. Do you want me to count how many people have a 17 on this app because they had a local variable in it? I would say that it's nearly half the class, okay? So I don't know. I don't know if you're all simultaneously creating this beautiful code and somehow making the exact same mistake, but as a teacher, I sincerely doubt it. So in the words of the governor of Maryland, quit it. As I say, I cannot stop you, but what I want is for you to have the skills to build these apps. And I am hoping that you're actually enjoying building these apps a bit because they are a challenge, but it's like a jigsaw puzzle. The answers come. I go through 10 minutes of frustration going, why? What's the bug? I can't figure it out. And then all of a sudden it dawns on me. I'm like, oh, it was right there in front of me. We are harping about the local variables. I can't tell you how many local variables I found in everyone's apps. Also misspellings in things like variables, that you're starting with a capital letter or something. These are very human errors. They are very easy to do. So just hang on. So please try and do your work. You can share within your room. You can all help each other and lift each other, but try and make it that you're coding, that you're not using someone else's. I do feel that seeing beautiful coding like that, understanding how that works, is going to help you as you advance in this, but you have to be able to come up with the basic building blocks of your app by yourself. You can't be borrowing those from somebody else. Somebody's asking me strange questions about what we're supposed to be doing. So let me go into what we're supposed to be doing and hopefully all will be clear. The functions make assignment that we are doing is the decision maker app. So we are going to be looking at Unit 4, Lesson 12, Project Decision Maker app, Part 1. Let me present so it's a little bigger for you. Okay, before I move on, does anyone have anything to say or comment? I don't want to put anyone on the spot. I don't want to make anyone feel bad. I do not like you because you are using that coding. I have no idea. That coding makes it really easy for me to grade, but I want you to be learning. So please just know, yes, no, exactly. When you don't understand a part of the code, you watch the video. Trust me, no video that I provided you showed that coding. Nobody has ever told anyone in this class to divide a variable by 2 or multiply a variable by 2. One person evaluated the price at $5, used the same coding and multiplied it by 2. At least they were being creative. My father was in the OSS and the CIA, and his biggest complaint was, don't run a shabby operation. If you're going to borrow code from people, make sure that it's all accurate and doesn't have some little mistake that's going to be a telltale giveaway. All right, so I'm letting that go. Let's all do our best work, all right? I just needed to raise that point. So for this project, you will create an app that helps a user make a decision. Your app must take in at least one number and one string from the user that will help to make the decision. All of this information will be used as part of the decision-making process. In addition, your code must include at least one function used to update the screen, right? That's what this is all about. Getting a function, declaring a function at the bottom of your program, and then calling it during your program. All right? We've all looked at that. We all understand that. Okay? So this is what you're going to be looking at first. You're going to go to U4 L12 in code.org. You're going to go to the circle 2, sample app number 1. Where should I eat? What does this app do? What are the inputs? What are the outputs? What variables do you think would be necessary for this app to work? What kinds of conditional logic do you think are necessary to make it work? How could a function be used in this app? Okay, so basically I'm going to create breakout rooms of 3, just like we normally did. We are going to treat this app the same as our original U3L3, where you guys were being the creative people. All right. You are going to work in your breakout room. You're going to go through these sample apps to get a better understanding of how a decision maker app works. What are the types of things that people are doing? What are the types of messages you're getting back? You need 3 different messages to get back. When you meet in your room, you're going to be using your worksheets from over the weekend to come up with an idea for your app. In your room, you can all decide which one of your ideas is going to be the best, easiest app to do, and you can all work on that app, but you are doing it as individuals. You're going to build your own, just like we did for U3L10. Everyone is building their own app, but ideally your breakout room is all building a similar app, the same thing. You can share with each other. I'm going to turn on sharing in the breakout rooms. Let me do that right now. Actually, I can't. Oh, I got to stop sharing. That's why. Okay. Okay, sharing is on in the breakout rooms. All right, the next one you're going to be looking at in circle 3 is called the activity finder. What does this app do? What are the inputs? What are the outputs? What variables do you think would be necessary for this app to work? What kind of conditional logic do you think are necessary to make it work? How could a function be used in this app? Some of you made apps very similar to this in your U3L3, but they were not particularly functional in terms of each question getting an answer. So this will be your chance. I know somebody made a fortune teller app. That is the other issue I need to raise. You cannot be building a fortune teller app, or at least one that is designed after the code.org version of this. That is what the answer is out there if you go looking. You cannot duplicate the answer from code.org. You can make something very similar, whatever. It's not like that's barring you, but we don't want you copying the final answer. Like Jordan said, the videos are really to help you when you get stuck. We don't want you not being able to get to the next step, not understanding. So taking the initiative to find something to help you is great. But, plagiarism, cheating, copying, nobody wants to be using those words. Nobody wants to be getting you in trouble. It's an online world. It's the Wild West. We basically have an honor code that I trust that you are going to be honest in your work. All right. So don't disappoint me, please. All right. So you have your practice PT, plan the decision maker app planning guide. And you've completed the first part of the guide as your homework. All right. The app requirements, at least one number and one string to be used to make a report or report a decision with a conditional statement. This is like, I'm 20 and I like the color red. Okay. Number, string. A function which updates the screen and is called at least twice in the program. That's going to be down at the bottom of your program. Declare all your variables at the top. Do not declare variables inside a function or on event. I say that because people are doing that. Not a lot, but it just seems to be something very easy for us to slip into. Conditional statements include at least one logical operator and or not. There are at least 3 different possible output answers, like, yes, you can adopt a cat. No, you can't adopt a cat. And congratulations, you can adopt a kitten. We are not building the Cat Maker app. But these are the types of answers you would have. The Cat Maker app was another very similar app. Every function contains a comment explaining the purpose, what it does, and functionality, how it works. My up button, what it is, it counts up. That's what it does. It counts likes up. That is how it does it. Okay? So functions get comments, on events get comments. Your if-else loops ideally should get comments to help you understand what you're doing in there. Clear and easy to navigate user interface. Ideally, you will be able to build your user interface today. Cleanly written code, which is free of errors. All right, so our steps for today are 1, brainstorm app ideas. That was your homework. You are also going to be doing that in your breakout room when you get to building the app. Talk with your partners. See who has a cool idea. Somebody may have something that's incredibly easy to do and a brilliant idea, makes sense for everyone. Great. That's a wonderful thing. I want you to support each other. I had an issue last week with a team where I wanted people to share on screen because one of the students has had some trouble and gotten behind, and it was very difficult getting people to share their screens. So good students help the bad students. Let's make this world a kinder place. Let's all help each other in these breakout rooms. I'm going to make a record of them, and I will try and set them up for next time. Make sure to get the email address of everyone in your breakout room so you can check in with them, ask questions when you're not together. Some people have appointments next Thursday. Get the email so you can contact each other. Okay, right now it is 10:35. We will be in our breakout rooms until 11:15. You are going to have from now until then to be in your breakout rooms. Let me quickly show you what I'm talking about here. So if I go into period 4, I look at, no, I'm in period 3, aren't I? That's annoying. All right, let me see if I can find one of these in period 4. Right, should be. No, I'm still not in the right place. No, not yes. This no, this doesn't. Apologies. So you can go into your code.org. You're going into Unit 4, Lesson 12. I just wanted to make sure everyone saw how this works. Okay, we're going to go into Unit 4, Lesson 12. There's 2 circles, 2 and 3. All these are the 2 apps. So go in here, start playing with the apps. I'm going to put you into breakout rooms. When you're done looking with the apps, you are going to move on to U4L13, okay? This is the Decision Maker app, okay? Well, we don't need the lesson overview, but this is where you're going to be, hang on, sorry. This is where you're going to start building your app. I have a couple students that have been working in App Lab. That is a problem for me because I cannot see your work, okay? So here in U4L13 is where you're going to create your screens for the Decision Maker app. So once you've done all the groundwork and can start building your user interface, this is where you'll do it. In lesson 13, circle 2. Circle 3 is going to be, now switch to code mode, create the variables. It's going to walk you through it. Okay, I just want to make sure everyone knows where they're going once you've done the legwork, because you're not coming out of your breakout rooms. All right, let's get this party started. Anyone have questions? Anyone have problems? All right. So we are going for breakout rooms of 3 people. Okay. Here we are. Great. Great. Okay, a couple of these rooms are coming out. It's weird. Okay, no. We have 2 rooms of 2. If for some reason you feel that you're not getting, good sharing or information in your room, let me know and I could combine those 2 rooms of 2. This is Alexa Resnick is going to be with Emily Ho, and Abraham Zhao is going to be with Sabine Zaman. All right. So here we go. If no one has any questions, we're off to the races. The rooms are open. We'll be out probably around 11:14, so we can say goodbye. Let me know if you have problems or questions. Hi, Boram. Can I help you?
Wait, Mr. Swift,
Yes.
I have one question. So when you said you create the Boolean expressions, do you go from least specific to most specific or most specific to least specific?
It's always most specific to least specific. Now,
Okay, that's it. So they don't like overlap if you go from like,
Wait, it's the idea. The way I think about it is what you're building is actually a filter. You're
yeah.
filtering these results, and you need things to come off at the right levels, right?
Mm,
Over 18, under 18, under 5. So if you don't start out, if we're looking at age with the oldest first, you end up capturing, like all, the adults and the senior citizens when you're looking for adults. That if you start looking for 18 and over, you're going to capture the 65 and over in there, and they'll never show up if you're trying to give the 65-year-olds a cheap ticket underneath that.
yeah.
So it's that thing. But what is tricky is it depends, because sometimes, like age, the highest age is the most significant, but sometimes you're counting things and it's actually the low number that's the most significant.
That
So
makes sense. Yeah.
just try and use your logic, look at it, see what makes sense. And if it's not working, then you might not have the most significant
Yeah.
item.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. Anybody else? Any other problems? Alex, why are you the only one? Oh, there, you popped out.
Mr. Swift, one more question. You're muted, by the way, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. y-
Yes, I
Um,
am.
so normally this error comes up later in the program. It's like it. So I was trying to like create a variable, and it says like what dropdown is defined, but it's not called to in your program.
Typically, that's somehow you created a local variable.
Create a local. Hmm.
I've seen that one.
But what would that like be? Because this is like the very first thing I put in.
Show me. Well, once, if you've just created the variable, then you're not calling it yet. That's all it's saying.
Oh, so just let the error be.
Yeah. That once you evaluate that variable somewhere, then it'll be happy, or, use it.
Oh, okay, that
All
makes
it's
sense.
saying is that you're not using it in your program yet.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of times, the times that I see this in apps people turn in, that there's a little yellow triangle
Yeah.
beside the variable at the top, it's because they created a local variable like the var output. And that is where it is being evaluated. The one up top is never actually being used.
Yeah.
So that's that's why I said that was probably the issue, because typically that's what I found when I see, oh, this isn't being called. It is being called, but somehow it has been evaluated inside the event, not outside.
Yeah. That
All
makes
right,
sense. Thank you.
no worries. Always ask. Ian?
Hello, I have a question
Sure.
um, about getting started with my coding. Like
Okay. Yeah.
most most of the time, I understand how to do it, but it's just getting like the first little bit of code. Because once I get the first little bit of code, I can just like keep building off of it.
Right. Right.
So
Um,
I'll share.
so first off, we're going to start with your variables. So you're going to do your variables. What are you making?
So we're making an app that it basically you fill it out and it tells you whether or not you're like ready to have kids.
Ooh, you guys are, that's a pretty brave one. uh, okay. So you need your variables, and then how is the decision being made?
So we have it's are you above 18? Then is that what you're asking? Like what are the different deciding things?
Yeah. So you're teen, right?
Yeah, so are you above 18? Do you have a disposable income over $12,000 a year? Do you have a stable job? And do you have either supportive parents or a supportive partner?
Wow. So that's four things.
Hmm.
Um, so how are you displaying your thing? Is it going to be like those? It's going to be a little paragraph that you're populating
I can show you exactly.
pieces of it. Are they going to be each?
Do you
Sure.
want me? Yeah, I'll share my screen so you can see. So this is the first slide, and then basically you put under the age
I
drop
think
down.
baby app.
Yeah, and then
Right.
the age drop down has like it has like uh 15 through 50, and basically you click on your age, and then you'll move on if you're above
Okay.
18. And then the income side, you type in your disposable income per year, and if it is above 12,000 and you have a stable job, this is a drop down that says yes or no. Then you'll move on to support.
Okay.
Um, I have supportive, and then it says
Okay. So that's all you're doing. That's really changed is so you just have a different decision tree. It's basically going to be very similar
Mhm.
to your ticket maker.
I didn't think about it like that, but I guess probably.
That you're going to have a couple different conditions, and you just need to
Yeah.
sort them out. And I think the different thing with this is the idea of your if else statements. um, I'm not sure how you deal with the which is the most significant, because I don't.
Can I?
So I mean, technically, how are we going to? How I'm just trying to visualize in my mind the idea that if you're 18 or over,
Mhm.
your income is over 12,000, and you have a job, right?
Mhm.
Those are your people who can be parents, right? So I think you just need to try and you know write it down and see what's going to make the most sense in terms of those decisions. But understand that those decisions are all going to be made in your function.
Mhm. So
So what you need to do is you need to make, to start out with, you need to make your buttons, right?
yes.
So you're going to have an age button, and it is going to, does it count? No.
So
Um,
I kind of struggle to figure out. I just need help with literally one, and then I'll know how to do the rest of them. So I have the age drop down, right? So how do
Right.
and you can see you do that, and then it has all the way up to 50. So how would I code that button so that if you click on it and it's above 18, that you move on to the next slide?
Oh, interesting. Okay. So if it's, well, it's going to be age, right? So you've got your variable age.
Mhm.
Then you're going to have to say, is age, if age is greater than 18,
And do I put that into a
it's going to be an if else. You're going to need to make there. So you want to grab one of your if else's, yeah. I wouldn't put it, I would give yourself a little room because you're going to need more variables up there and stuff.
okay? Oh, here.
There you go. So, like if age is it greater than or equal to 18?
Yes.
So if age is greater than or equal to 18, you go to the next screen.
Sorry. Equal to 18, and then I'll put in. So
I would guess it's a set screen, right? That you're going to set the next screen, right?
yes. So I put the set screen.
Set
Sorry.
text. No, it's set screen, right?
Yeah, I think there's a set screen. I just need to find it.
I hear you.
It's somewhere.
How do we change screens?
Maybe it is a set text.
Not set image, set size, set property.
Maybe it is a set text, and then
Ask your friends.
yeah.
But it's not set text. It's, well, I think what you have to do is like maybe you have to call your screen name.
And how would I do that in this?
I mean, every other way that we've set a screen, your U3L10 should have been calling screens, right?
Yes. So I this is just like the only part that I struggle with is getting.
Right. No, it's like starting a script.
Yeah.
Getting the first words down on the page is the hardest part. And then once you actually get it, then it starts to flow.
Mhm.
So let's just think of it this way. And you can ask the people in your breakout room. I'm sure you're just forgetting. Look back at your U3L10 app. I mean, I can do that for you right now if you want. That, ideally you're going to be saying, if age is greater than or equal to 18, you're going to get to go to the next page. If it's not, you're going to go to, it should be another screen, right? That you cannot have children.
Yeah.
Right?
So if this, then do I put the then statement right here or right here?
No, it's got to drop down. If that evaluates to false, what happens?
If then
It takes the next.
and it goes to.
So if it's true, it's going to take what's right under it. If it's not true, it's going to go to else if.
Else if, and then in else, if it is true, it goes to else if.
Yeah.
So then in else if.
No. If it's true, it takes what's under it. Right?
Oh, and then else if.
If it's not true, it drops down to the next line.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So do you know what I would put in under this so that when the drop
Cheat, hang on, let me hang on. Okay. So yeah, so basically what you want to put that if else in is a function.
Okay.
Okay. So you want to, your whole decision-making process is going to be in a function, and then you're going to call it in your different pieces.
Okay. I think I got it.
Okay. So, and your function is considering the input and updates for the screen.
Okay.
I'm just trying to see. It's a stupid thing. Why aren't I seeing? Hang on. I know I've got things where I am in L3. Let me go look at that crazy. So when you go to another screen, let me click. It's a set property. I think you're looking for to change the screen.
Okay. Thank you.
No, there's set screen.
Then maybe I'm just blind.
No, I'm with you. I don't know
Yeah.
why we weren't seeing it, but there is a set screen command. And again, you can type it in text.
Oh, that's true.
Hi, since it's 11:15, are we dismissed?
Oh, shoot. I am. Yes, we are done. Hang on. Sorry. I always get caught up inside my breakout rooms. All right, we are done. Let me know if anyone has questions, problems. Apologies, I was stuck in a breakout room. Thank goodness my students look after me, particularly when the clock is up. So everyone, you can go. If you have any questions, you can hang out. We're going to be doing the same thing. We're going to be building this app next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye. Hi, Juan. Is this making sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Remember, look me up if you need help. I want to get you so that you understand these and are able to do them.
All right. I will.
Okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm here for you.
Okay.
Okay, you guys can go. Class is over.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
You're all set. We're just going to be doing the same thing next time.